So hey guys, FiboSai again, bringing you another battle against Aktive, also known as No Name or Mr. Ruben Batista on YouTube. This one is actually an underused battle, so let's get started. He leads with his Clay Doll, which is actually in top spin, just as one of another Pokemon I have on my team right now, as we will see later. I go for Accessor to get some damage in, so that he is not tempted to stay in that long and try to rapid spin while I am eventually gonna set up my own Stealth Rocks. So he switches out, goes to Quagsire, and I go for another Accessor, just to be safe, and as he switches into a Quagsire, which takes about a third. I don't think he has a really safe switch into my Pinsir right now, so I set up Stealth Rock while he goes for his Curse. And look, my team is mostly physical, so I don't have many things to deal with a cursing Quagsire. So there's only I think one way I can beat this one. So I go to my Articuno to get the Toxic on him, because this is the only way I can beat this Quagsire if I manage to get it Toxic. He goes for Ice Punch. Luckily, it does not have Waterfall or Stone Edge, otherwise my Articuno would have been dead now, and I could not have Roost stalled it, as I'm gonna do here. So I go for a Roost, just so that I can switch back in with a quite decent amount of health, if I would decide to switch out here. So here I'm gonna go for a Toxic. I think he predicts this and goes out to a Steel type, his Registeel, to resist the Toxic. So I can't do anything against the Registeel because it's immune to Toxic, and it does not. It's only attacking with his Ice Beam, which won't do that much to Registeel anyways. So I could have gone for Sub or predicted T-Wave, but what's the point in staying in on a Registeel if I can't do anything? So I go to my Weezing, the Poke on my team that does not mind getting paralyzed. So he goes out to Arcanine, predicting my Will-O-Wisp, but I actually go for a Fire Blast. But it doesn't matter, because Arcanine resists it anyway and gets a Flash Fire boost. So Arcanine is pretty scary, and so I go out to the only thing on my team that actually resists fire, which is my Feraligatr. And he predicts it nicely. My switch into a water type goes for a Dragon Pulse, but this does not matter at all, because I carried Aqua Jet, and that will be able to one-hit KO the Arcanine. The crits did not matter, I ran some calcs after the battle. So he goes out to Altaria, and I think maybe it's a defensive Altaria, so I can outspeed it and kill it with an Ice Punch, but that does not seem to be the case. He's faster, and he kills me with a Draco Meteor, not with another quite useless crit, cause he's Life Orb and stuff. So I go to Pinsir, excuse me, because I can scare it off with Stone Edge, and here it's gonna switch back to his Quagsire. Is it? Yes, Quagsire. I go for a Stone Edge. I did not want to predict. It doesn't do much at all to his Quagsire. And here's just, I want to do the same thing again and go to my Articuno, try to Toxic it. I get massive damage from the Stealth Rocks, which will be really, really annoying. So he curves up once more, and as you saw from the last Ice Punch, I'm confident that I can live at least one, and so I'll go for the Toxic now, so that I can Roost stall him after I Toxic him. So here's the Toxic. It's badly poisoned, and that makes things much easier for me. He goes for Ice Punch. I know I can live it, except he gets a crit. It doesn't matter in the long run. Just if I had still my Articuno, I could have stalled this Quagsire for much better, and I would not have to play around as I did here. Here is my top spin. It's a Hitmontop, not a Clay Doll like his is. So I fake out because I wanted to stall for Toxic, and he switches to Leafeon, and by the amount of damage this does, and the leftovers that he carries, it's quite obvious that this is a more defensive Leafeon. So I go to my Weezing, because Weezing can take on pretty much any Leafeon. Goes for a Wish, and I think I get para-hexed here, which, yeah. I would have gone for a Fire Blast and kill it. And I think he's gonna switch out, trying to pass his wish off to his Claydol and then possibly Rapid Spin away the Stealth Rocks. But I don't think he predicted this Fire Blast to actually kill him, and that's because this Weezing is Specs. Yeah, it's Specs with max special attack, max defense. Unfortunately, it has 0 HP, Reese. That's why it only has 240 HP. So I really don't have a safe switch into Draco Meteor, so I just Death Ordered my Weezing. It's paralyzed, and at the moment I think it's the least useful thing I have on my team. He gets some more Life Orb Recoil, and now he's on the range where he cannot easily switch in and out again, so I go on Hitmontop, scare him away with Fake Out. He goes up back to his Leafeon to take it. Excuse me again. I get the crit, which could be useful. I don't know if my next move would have actually killed Leafeon. So he goes for a Wish, I go for a Close Combat, and after the crit from the Fake Out, it's definitely going to kill Leafeon. I'm not sure if it would have been enough if I didn't get the Fake Out crit. Did not Rennie Calxin. So he goes out to Altaria, which seems like a really weird switch. Maybe he thought that he would get the Wish recovery right here, but that's not the case, and I'm able to take him out with another Mach Punch, and so the Witch was completely wasted. Should have gone out to his Quagsire, which would have had a better chance to actually get the Wish. So, he there's the Quagsire, it's poisoned, so I go out to my to Pinsir, predicting an Earthquake, and because Pinsir is resistant to Earthquake, I can just go for some damage while Poison will do his stall against him and take him down a little more, turn after turn. So I go for Exos, it does quite good damage. He goes for Ice Punch, which does about the same as an Earthquake. It's not going to kill me. So yeah, I thought about going for Earthquake, predicting a switch to Registeel or something like this. But still, I think at the game in the back now, because his Quagsire is gonna die to Poison right now, and he has only his Registeel left. I have my Hitmontop and one Pokemon he hasn't seen yet. But I think a Close Combat from Hitmontop should do quite a lot to his Registeel, if not kill it. Because I think this Registeel is, like most of them, more specially defensive than physically defensive. That's just because there are a lot better physical steel types, such as Steelix and stuff. But Registeel also has decent special defense, so most of them are EV trained in special defense. So, Close Combat does almost kill me, and he kills me with an Earthquake, gets another useless crit after the defense drop. This would have killed anyway. Maybe not if I didn't get it, but okay, and this is I show you my last Pokemon, which is Dugtrio, and that means good game because I am gonna outspeed and kill him with Earthquake. So it was a good game, nice game again, Active. It's a battle for me, not a battle. It's always nice to battle you, and I hope we can do this once more. So, I hope you all enjoyed this battle, and I hope I'll bring you another Wi-Fi battle soon. So, see you all till then.